Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. Gilbert Arenas can be known as a troll, and he likes to troll Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan fans, right? And I've called out Gil a lot because I said I've noticed on Gil's Arena, they make fun of everyone on that platform except LeBron James. They make fun of Kobe Bryant. They talk crazy about Michael Jordan and Kobe and all of these other guys. But the one person they don't talk crazy about is LeBron. And as a result of that, what they have done is built a LeBron James fan, like it's a LeBron page. Gil's Arena is a LeBron page, right? They built a LeBron audience. The majority of the fans that tune in there are LeBron fans, right? And they love when Gil makes fun of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. They love it. And that's one of the reasons why they hate Rashard McCann. We all know this. We all see through it, whatever. And Gil is always going to defend LeBron James, right? But I came across a video on the internet here on Instagram, funny enough. And it was of Gilbert Arenas talking on one of his shows. And essentially, he was addressing this whole Michael Jordan, LeBron James comparison at the age of 40. And he said some things that I think Clutch Sports and LeBron fans are not going to be too happy with. Take a listen to Gilbert Arenas here.
I don't think y'all are understand. See, y'all think LeBron's cheating and doing all of this. And I always say, hey, you know, Jordan played at that age and averaged 20. And he didn't take care of his body. He overnight said, hey, I'm coming out of retirement. It went into 5 days before training camp, went into training camp, used training camp to get in shape for that season. He didn't start in the summer working out and training. And the man averaged 22 years in a row. If he took care of his body, ate right, went to sleep, didn't drink, and prepared, what the think he would have been doing at that age, 39, 40 at the Wizards?
So you heard what Gilbert Arenas had to say. Now, if you go through the comments, of course, is littered with a lot of dumbass comments from LeBron fans. One guy says, but MJ was losing with the Wizards. Does the stat matter if they're losing stats? LeBron fans are now talking about losing. What is LeBron James winning with the Lakers? The LeBron fans are idiots. What is he winning? What does LeBron win at 40? A 39. At 41, nothing. But they're talking about the stat. Like, LeBron fans are idiots. Then they'll be the same ones talking about when he lost in the finals. But he averaged 34, but he lost. But they still talk about stats. They're just a pack of idiots, man. The whole lot of them. Another guy says, it's no question MJ is great. LBJ rebounds and defends. LeBron fans think LeBron rebounds and defends at the age of 39-4. LeBron doesn't play any defense whatsoever. If you watch Jordan play as a Wizard, he played defense. They wouldn't know this because they didn't watch the footage. Another guy says, well, the competition was garbage compared to now. Yeah, the competition like the Spurs, the Dynasty Spurs, and the Dynasty Lakers. The competition was these guys are idiots. I'm keep telling you. LeBron fans are flat out. The only history they know is LeBron James history. That's it. That's all they know. They don't know anything else. Another example, Jordan took a 4-year break. Another one said, well, what did the Wizards do when he came back? They're laughing like as if LeBron did anything in his 40s. Again, pure idiots. Another guy said, the problem is LeBron was like, another guy says, Gil Glaze is like no other. Glaze is crazy, right? So you had that. So let's address the numbers because, again, LeBron fans are idiots. I keep saying this, and I think it's important because I don't think they're an intelligent sector of the of NBA fans. I really don't. I think their history, the knowledge that they have begins and ends with LeBron James, and that's it. So let's get to it. Michael Jordan at the age of 40, right? Averaged 20 points per game, 20 points per game. On 44.5% shooting from the field, 29% from three, 82% from the free throw line, getting you 6 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 1.5 steals, with a plus minus of 2.1. Let's look at LeBron's numbers. At the age of, let's go 40, right, which was last year, and then we'll do this year. Last year, he averaged 24.4 points per game on 51% shooting, 37.6% shooting from the field, 78% shooting from the floor, 7.8 rebounds, 8.2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block per game with a box plus minus of -8. Meaning when LeBron played, his team was losing. While playing with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, he was a net negative. Let's move to this year. He averaged 20.6 points per game on 51% shooting from the field, 31% shooting from 3, 74% shooting from the floor, while getting 6.9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.1 steals with a box plus minus of 1. So Jordan, at the age of 40, was a better player. At the age of 39, was a better player. His box plus minus at 39 was 2. So it means on average, when Jordan was playing, the Wizards team were actually a winning team. But I want to take it a step further. LeBron fans, who are idiots, and I think it's important that we continue to reiterate this point, they're looking at the scoring averages because that's how they understand basketball, right? So Michael Jordan at the age of 39 averaged 22.9, right? Let's say 23 points. Whereas LeBron James at the age of 39 averaged 24.4. So they will look at those two numbers and be like, LeBron is a much better player. He averaged more. But here's the fundamental difference because they're idiots. LeBron was attempting 5.7 3-point shots a game to average 24.4. Michael Jordan averaged 23 points per game and averaged less than 1 3-point attempt per game. 0.9. If you bump Jordan's attempts to LeBron's attempts, what do you think he's averaging? About 26 points per game. And making, let's say, the exact same amount of threes LeBron made, which is 2.1. Let's give Jordan an extra 3 points per game. How much is he averaging? Do the math. 23 points plus 6 is what? 29 points per game, right? You see how stupid LeBron fans are? They're just flagrant morons. LeBron's numbers are inflated because scoring is inflated. The average point per game this year in the NBA, what is it? Yeah, the league averages right now in terms of points per game is 115.6. The league averages in 2002 was 95. So on a given game, there are 21 more points on average being scored per game in the NBA. LeBron fans are idiots. I keep telling you, they are. I'm not sorry to say it, but it needs to be said. They don't know anything about basketball except LeBron and sweat off of his. That's all they know. That's literally all they know. Because nobody that knows that information would be having a serious conversation unless they're totally ignorant to it, or they know it and they're being disingenuous and they don't want to share it to educate their audience members. This is not a conversation to be having. But nevertheless, we had it. And if you went back and looked at the footage of Jordan at 39, 40, he was playing defense. He wasn't leading the league in fast break points because he would make it past half court after the team missed a shot. That's how. So today we have an excellent one. It is going to be about the Houston Rockets and the Lakers. As you guys know, the Lakers are slated to play Houston in round 1, and most of the people on ESPN have written the Lakers off. Stephen A. Swift thinks they're going to be swept. Iman Shumpert thinks they don't have a snowball's chance in hell of being competitive against the Lakers. I mean, the Houston Rockets. But apparently the coaches have a lot to say about this matchup. And I want to focus on some articles that we got here. So the first one is from heavy.com, where it says Lakers issued strong warning ahead of Rockets playoff series. Continues on. The Los Angeles Lakers beat the Houston Rockets in back-to-back games last month, which bodes well for their chances against Kevin Durant and co. in the first round of their upcoming playoff series. However, Rockets head coach Ime Udoka, issued a strong warning to Lakers, suggesting that the team has flipped the switch since their last encounter. So for those of you who didn't hear what Ime Udoka had to say, I want to play the sound for you now and then come back and continue on with the show.
Your opponent will be the Los Angeles Lakers. What are your initial thoughts about the matchup?
Yeah, I mean, starting with tonight, or like I said, even 15 games ago, we really wanted to focus on ourselves and, playing the right way regardless of that. Obviously, the seedings and how close it is, too tough to do anything or try to pick an opponent. But for us, obviously it's fresh that we lost 2 games to them recently, and then kind of flipped the switch since then. Had a really good game against them on Christmas, and obviously know they're injured, but quality players across the board. You saw that with Minnesota that had guys out or whatever the case may be. It's still the NBA, and they have some really great players there, and so we'll have our hands full.
You talked about those 2 recent games you played against LA. The double teams on Kevin were a big factor in those games. How much better do you feel like you guys are equipped to handle those now than you were in March?
Yeah, I think we're better, and getting our spacing and not turning the ball over. That's where the majority of the problems came from, was not even completing the pass out of them. But even before then, we had seen it quite a few times, and the numbers show we're really good against a double team. But it really hurt us in the fourth quarter at times, and so it seems like it goes with it. If we pick it apart early, teams don't do it as much. But when they have success with it, they do it more in the fourth, and that was a big part, was the turnovers there or not making the right reads out of that. And we've been up and down at times this year, but had enough practice and seen enough that it'll be something that we know we'll see again.
Were y'all watching the end of that San Antonio-Denver game in the locker room post-game?
Yes.
And was your staff kind of preparing for both situations? Were you not going to dive into prep until it was settled? How did that work, I guess?
Well, obviously, bless you. Obviously, we know both opponents pretty well, and played against them and had some ups and downs with both, but some good things as well. And so we had prepped for both. But as the coaching staff, we'll give the guys a few days off here to rest up and recover, and we'll dive into LA tomorrow.
Coach, last year was your.
And then the article continues on. It says, injured Lakers ready for Rockets. As for the Lakers, they registered a 131-107 win against their regular season finale against the Utah Jazz to consolidate the 4th seed. J.J. Redick's team would have moved up to the 3rd seed if Denver Nuggets had lost to the San Antonio Spurs on the same night. However, Nikola Jokic and co prevailed, finishing as the 3rd seed. With Luka Doncic's grade 2 hamstring and Austin Reeves' grade 2 oblique strain expected to miss the first round series against Houston, LeBron James will shoulder a lot of the responsibility to keep the Lakers season alive. If the Lakers do escape Houston, they will face the mighty Thunder in the 2nd round. So you have that there. You heard from the coach. You heard from that. Now we have some other stuff that we want to get to here, and this is from Marcus Smart. It's from another article. It says, Marcus Smart claims facing Kevin Durant in the playoffs is a brutal experience. Continues on. It says, given the current position, the Lakers are set to face off against Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. Although the Purple and Gold enjoyed a 2-1 record against the Rockets this year, Marcus Smart understood that facing Durant in the playoffs would be a challenge. When asked about what it's like to face Durant during the postseason, Smart said, brutal. It's brutal, man. I mean, dude is one of the greatest to play the game, and he moves like a guard with a big man's body. It's hard. It's definitely tough. But he's going to make it tough for us. We're going to make it tough for him. And then the article then goes on to say a few other things there. What are my thoughts about this? Well, look, guys. If things go as they should, Houston should be able to put away the Lakers in a maximum of 5 games. So for the Lakers, given the fact that they have home court, what they want to do is hold serve at home. If Houston is able to steal one of those games on the road to start off the season like a game 1, then it'll put the Lakers in jeopardy. That's number 1. Number 2, an outcome that must not happen. LeBron cannot afford to get swept again. LeBron needs to get at least 1 game. He cannot get swept again. If you are as good as your fans say that you are, right? If you've had as much honey thrown at you by LeBron fans, you got to be able to at least give me 1 game. Remember, you guys keep telling me that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan at the age of 40. Well, LeBron has an opportunity to do something here and prove to us that he's a better player. Statistically, he's not, because if you look at the various eras, it would prove that. LeBron, at the age of this age, is averaging over 4 threes a game. Jordan, when he was at 40, he was averaging less than a 3 a game. So it's a totally different game. League back then was averaging around 96 points per game versus this year where they averaging 115.6. So it's a totally different league, right? And we know that. Those of us that have sense are going to bring it up. Those that like to distort the conversation and act like as if that never happened, they're never going to bring that up. But anyway, you guys keep telling me he's the GOAT. He better show me something. Because Ime Udoka and these guys are 100% ready. And I think Ime Udoka is a better coach than JJ Redick, 100%. 100%. Ime Udoka has already proven to be a better coach than JJ Redick. So it's clear to see. Look at the job he did with the turnaround with the Boston Celtics, where they went from a team that was just kind of in the middle of the pack, floating around, and then he made them the number 1 defense in the Western Conference, in the Eastern Conference. Then they stifled Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and these guys in round 1. and back in 2021, and then you go and look at what he's done with the Houston Rockets. So the guy is a fantastic coach. I think he's a better coach than JJ Redick, and JJ is going to have to really show that he can step up to the plate here because Ime Udoka is coming to coach, right? And JJ is going to have to show a lot more emotional maturity than he did last year when he was snapping at reporters and all of that and pulling off boneheaded plays like playing his entire starting five the entirety, I think, of the second half. So JJ is going to have to do a little bit a better job with matchups, different lineups and all that and improvising. That's one of the things that makes Tyronn Lue one of the best coaches in the NBA because he can adjust better than probably anyone in the NBA. In terms of adjustments, Tyronn Lue is at the top of the shelf. Right, so this is going to be a good series. Obviously, you have big name players in LeBron James and Kevin Durant. This is going to be the first time they faced off since 2018. One of those years, I can't remember. One of those years. So this series does have a lot of big stars, right? But if things go as they should, Houston should definitely win this series. It would be a major upset if the Lakers found a way to somehow to choke away this series. I doubt that's going to happen, but that's why they have the games, and that's why they have to play them, and we have to watch them. The playoffs are pretty much set. Although this week we're going to be having the play-in games. We're going to see the Clippers versus the Warriors. We're going to see the Portland Trailblazers versus Phoenix, and then those 9 and 10 seeds are going to play twice, right? So whoever wins the game between Portland and Phoenix gets the 7th seed, and then whoever wins between the Clippers and the Warriors gets to play the loser of that game, right? So we got that. We also have that going on in the Eastern Conference. And yesterday was the last day in the NBA, so everybody kind of reacted to it. We did a live about it as well. I did give some of my playoff predictions. But one of the shows that touched on this as well was Nightcap. As you guys know, Shannon is a huge LeBron James supporter. So you just knew that Nightcap was going to talk about it, and that they did. So I tuned in. Actually, it was referred to me, the show. I didn't even pay attention to it last night. But this show was kind of referred to me in my feed. And it says, 2018 LeBron or bust. Then I read the title. It says, Shannon Sharpe says LeBron James must go back to 2018 for the Lakers to beat the Rockets in round 1. And I said to myself, you can't even be serious. So for those of you who didn't hear what Shannon had to say, I want you guys to listen to his rationale here. And then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Shannon Sharpe here.
Nobody in the history of the NBA past the age of 37 has been asked to do more than one LeBron Ramon James. Mm-hmm. The mere fact that they still have, well, if he'd have got, bro, he's 41. You never ask guys, what guy did you have that on? Even when I think Kareem won finals MVP, Kareem might have been, 35, 36 when he won the finals MVP, but they wasn't counting on Kareem to do that. Right. That was magic. That was worthy. And Kareem did that. So now he has all this on his plate.
Yeah.
It's going to take a Herculean effort. It's going to take guys playing
above.
Rui's going to have to play great every game. Mm-hmm. Laravia is going to have to do an unbelievable job because I think he and Marcus Smart is going to have the assignment of dealing with KD. And LeBron is going to have to be 2018 LeBron. Mm-hmm. I think that is the apex. Look, people go back and say, it's 2012, 2013 Bron. I think 2018 Bron was the greatest Bron we had ever seen. Because you're looking at a guy that averaged 34, 8-8 in the postseason with 8 40-point games. And he got that team to the NBA Finals. He's going to have to be that, Joe.
Damn, that's 8 years ago. Unc, you think he can get back to that?
I don't know if he can, but he's going to need anything less will be uncivilized.
Yeah, that too. And
without that, Joe, they can't go any further because the Rockets are at full strength.
Excellent. So you heard what Shannon had to say. Now, a quick aside. I've also been following the news today, the sports news, and everyone is pretty much writing off the Lakers. Iman Shumpert said the Lakers don't have a snowball's chance in hell of beating Houston. Stephen A. Smith believes that the Lakers are going to get swept. So ESPN and a lot of these pundits have already written off the Lakers. But back to Shannon Sharpe about LeBron James turning back the clock to 2018. This is the problem with stats. This is the fundamental problem with stats. If you think this LeBron that we're looking at age 41 is anything like the LeBron we saw, which was what? 8 years ago. 8 years ago, you're insane. You're absolutely insane. Even if they put up similar numbers, you are insane. That LeBron and this LeBron is total night and day. And I think this goes back to the delusion of a LeBron fan. That's why we put it in the title. What is speaking here is unadulterated delusion. Only delusion would make you feel something like this. For you to even fix your mouth to say he would have to, how can he turn in? That's like saying Wizards Jordan should have turned into 93 or 96 or 95 Michael Jordan. That's impossible. That is impossible. Or 2013-14 Kobe should have turned into, or 2012-13 Kobe should have turned into 2007 Kobe Bryant. How the hell is that going to happen? Unless LeBron has some kind of wonder drug that he's going to take. How the hell is that supposed to happen? Number one, that doesn't sound like something that you're not being serious. Even if, again, let me say this. Even if they put up a similar stat line, meaning LeBron's numbers were similar to the numbers of LeBron in 2018, they're not the same player. Impact on the game is different. Athleticism is different. He moved different. He was quicker, faster, stronger, everything you want to describe. It was a totally different player. That LeBron, some LeBron fans consider him to be the greatest version of LeBron James ever. No one is accusing this current version of LeBron James of being the greatest version of LeBron James ever. And that's number one. Number two, I think these guys are putting too much hope and trust in LeBron to do this. Bro, Houston, although they've been kind of floundering and they lost to the Lakers 2 times and they lost I think they lost to Minnesota in a close game. They have some late game closing issues. We know all of that. Bro, it's still the Houston Rockets, man. They still got Kevin Durant over there, man. They still got Şengün over there, man. They still have Ime Udoka as a head coach. Like, what are we talking about here? But to me, again, this is just another example of the sheer delusion. What do you mean he'll have to turn into 2018 LeBron? What are we talking about here? This is the problem with stats. People look at stats and they try to. That's why I think at one point, like when LeBron was 40, they were comparing his numbers to I think when he was like 27 or 26. And they were like, yeah, man, it's the same level production, same player. No, it's not. No, it's not. Different league, different outcomes, different productivity. No, it's not. It's just Looney Tune talk here at this point. That LeBron, and he was dead. That's why you even heard Joe Johnson say, wait a minute. That's 8 years ago. He was like, well, that's what it's going to need to be. How is that going to happen? What are we even talking about? Like, age is a real thing. Like, I don't know if y'all know. It's a real thing. It has real ramifications on how athletes perform. It's a real thing. You know, athletes, people, they get older. So I just think the delusion is just through the roof. It is just, now, if you're a LeBron fan and you feel like, oh, you know what? Maybe with LeBron we have a chance to win the series. That's one thing. But to say he's going to turn into 2018 LeBron James is just total shamefulness and foolishness. I mean, that's, if I'm being honest, that's all it is. Let's have a serious basketball conversation. Let's not just veer off into Narnia and La La Land and just start making up stuff. The Lakers have a tough opponent and they better be ready. And I don't think JJ Redick or the rest of the Lakers or people in the Lakers organization are hoping that LeBron James turns into 2018 LeBron James. Like let's be for real here. This is actually a continuation from a show that I was talking about earlier. So as I was kind of preparing my notes today to talk about what we're going to talk about, a video was recommended to me from Nightcap, Shannon Sharpe show, where yesterday they were reacting to the end of the season and the Lakers playing against Houston in round 1, right? And it's important to say some of the pundits that I've heard talking about it today, like Iman Shumpert, Stephen A. Smith, they've written off the Lakers. Stephen A. Smith think the Lakers are going to get swept out of the building, right? So you have these people saying this, and we'll find out once the playoffs kick off this Saturday. This week is going to be playing tournament week. So anyway, I was listening to that, and the name of the show, of Shannon Sharpe show, was LeBron will have to turn into 2018 LeBron James. I read that and I said, you can't even be serious. Like, you're talking about a 41-year-old LeBron turning into a player he was 8 years ago. It's just total lunacy, right? So they're having this conversation. Shannon Sharpe is kind of making his points of why he thinks that. And then Chad Johnson, who's there with alongside Joe Johnson, Chad says, Unc, every time we turn around, they're calling LeBron James the king. You're calling him the king. You're calling him this. You're calling him that. So why all of a sudden are you making excuses if they lose? If you say he's the king, then he should show me something. Things got pretty awkward after that. So for those of you who didn't hear this, want to play the full exchange, I want you to hear what Shannon said as well, and then it'll give context to what Chad Johnson says to him in response to all of the things that he said. Take a listen to the sound here. Take a look at what these guys had to say here.
Nobody in the history of the NBA past the age of 37 has been asked to do more than one LeBron James. Mm-hmm. The mere fact that they still have, well, if he'd have got, bro, he's 41. You never ask guys, what guy did you have did you have that on? Even when I think Kareem won finals MVP. Kareem might have been, 35, 36 when he won the finals MVP? But they wasn't counting on Kareem to do that. Right. That was magic. That was worthy. And Kareem did that. So now he has all this on his plate. Yeah. It's going to take a Herculean effort. It's going to take guys playing above. Rui's going to have to play great every game. Mm-hmm. Laravia is going to have to do an unbelievable job, because I think he and Marcus Smart is going to have the assignment of dealing with KD. And LeBron is going to have to be 2018 LeBron. Mm-hmm. I think that is the apex. Look, people go back and say, nah, it's 2012, 2013 Bron. I think 2018 Bron was the greatest Bron we had ever seen. Because you're looking at a guy that averaged 34, 8-8 in the postseason with 8 40-point games. And he got that team to the NBA Finals. He's going to have to be that, Joe.
Damn, that's 8 years ago. Unc, you think he can get back to that?
I don't know if he can, but he's going to need anything less will be uncivilized.
Yeah, that too. And
without that, Joe, they can't go any further, because the Rockets are at full strength. They got Şengün, they got KD, they got Thompson.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, Joe and all.
What's that?
Fact, he's the chosen one, ain't he? Hey, now, Joe?
Yeah.
But we call him King James for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What we can't do is we can't fact in, he's 41. He's playing at a high level for a reason. He's LeBron James for a reason. So if he's still in the NBA, he's expected to look a certain way. He's expected to play a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So obviously now, unfortunate circumstances have occurred. AR is out and Luke is out.
Yeah.
So we're expecting LeBron to look exactly like he always has.
Yeah. Think about what you're saying.
Whether it was 28, whether it was 2018 or whether it's 2013. That's what we're expecting, because he's still actually playing basketball, even at 41.
Yes. You're asking a man that's 41 something in the history of basketball nobody else has been asked to do.
Well, nobody else had opportunity, and nobody else has been King James.
There have been some 40-year-olds.
All right, great. What are my thoughts about this? Well, look. Unfortunately for Chad Johnson, he doesn't really understand how a LeBron fan's mind works. LeBron fans, their mind, they work in terms of goalposts moving. All they do is move the goalpost. I'll give you an example. If LeBron were to have a 50-point game, they would say, oh my God, this is the greatest thing we've ever seen since sliced bread. 40-year-old to score 51 points, blah, blah. But if he has a game where he has 10 or 8 points in the playoffs, oh man, like he's 41 years old. What do you expect? You see how that works? The very thing that they'll use to prop him up is the very thing they'll use to shield him from criticism. This is just how it works for LeBron fans. They whenever you get them on one point, they shift the argument to the next point, and they just keep doing that. So you can never pin them down on one thing. Have a GOAT debate with LeBron fans. Have a GOAT debate. It's just one goal. They just keep shifting it from one point to the next, to the next, to the next. But what Chad is saying here is, why are you making excuses? Why are you making excuses? You guys come on here every single day and tell me how great this guy is. And if he's as great as you guys say he is, then he should show me something. You guys like to make a lot of fun of Michael Jordan at 40. He should show me some. He should show me some. And Shannon wasn't ready to hear that. That's why when he said it, he was caught off guard. And then what did he try to do? Well, you got to understand the accent. Then Shannon says something that just he said, no one has been asked to do as much as LeBron. Is Shannon Sharpe aware of the amount of help that LeBron has played with? Is he aware of the amount of talent that LeBron has played with? Does he know that LeBron has played with exponentially more talent than Michael Jordan and still hasn't won as much as him? Is Shannon Sharpe, does he feel like NBA fans are stupid? Do we need to go through the gambit of players that LeBron has played with throughout the course of his NBA career? Do we need to go through them? Like, what are we talking about here? Jordan played the key guys he played with: Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. Then you can sprinkle in a few other guys in there like Ron Harper and a few other guys. That was it. That was it, man. There's no other players that have fallen from the rafters. That was it. That was it. Do we need to go through the gambit of players that LeBron has played with since he was in Cleveland the first time? I think the guy was with Mo Williams. He was an all-star at one point. Adrunas Ilgauskas, he was an all-star at one point. Then he gets to Miami. He's playing with the Finals MVP, guy that led the league in scoring. Then joins forces with another Chris Bosh, a 20-10 guy. Then leaves there, goes and plays with one of the most talented guards in NBA history, in Kyrie Irving. Then has Kevin Love playing on the team, and Kevin Love was the guy that was giving him 26 and 10 a night, or 26 and 13 a night. Then he plays with Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and all of these guys, Rajon Rondo. And then after that, he goes and plays with who else? Luka Doncic, and that is now playing with another guy that's most likely an all-star in Austin Reeves. And you're still talking about, like, can you see what LeBron has done and all of this and all of that? Are we being for real? Like, come on, man. Like enough is enough with your enough is enough with the nonsense. If you say he's the GOAT, let him show me something. If he is the GOAT and he's much better than Michael Jordan, let him show me something.